Okay guys, welcome to this tutorial video on how to use Skraper to scrape ROMs for MAME for the Legends Unchained. Okay, so first off, you need to go to screenscraper.fr and register a free account here. And after you have done that, you proceed to scraper.net and you download the application. So when the application is installed, we go ahead and fire it up. And my scraper is already set up. So I just wanted to highlight that the first time you run Skraper in the configuration wizard, it could take like several minutes to set things up. So don't be surprised if it takes a lot of time, but it's just like the first run. So then it will be more snappy. So okay, so first we go here and we add our credentials for the free account we created, and we click validate. And it will say that we have one scrape engine enabled. That's fine. If you subscribe, you can get more engines, which means you can scrape faster, but the free scraping is as good as it is. If you have a lot of ROMs, you can keep it running overnight, so it's not a problem. Okay, we go next. And here in this view, we pick generic emulation and press next. So now, scraping for ROMs, you could do this two ways. You could scrape the ROMs on your PC and then transfer over your folder to your Legends Unchained. Or you could already pick your ROMs, place them on your Legends Unchained, a USB over the network share, and scrape them on there. And that's how I do it, and this is what this tutorial is will be covering. So okay, it's asking for the path for where we have our ROMs or ROM folders. So we could just copy the address for the network share with the ROMs, paste it here, and press enter. So what happens now is that the system, the scraper identifies what systems that is available in the address you just pasted. This doesn't mean that you have the ROMs, but from the ROM folders set up in Legends Unchained, this is the systems that Skraper can identify. So we just press next here. Here we just press next. Okay, so here we come to the main window of Skraper. Can be a little overwhelming at first, but I'll walk you through it. Since this guide is only for scraping MAME ROMs, we will not go here with the default as all systems. We could go directly to MAME. And here, we don't need to change anything. It's already set up, so, and we can pick the next tab. This we have already validated our account, so this we could also skip. So we go to the game list tab. You have to tick the box for your specific configuration for MAME. For the game list type, we choose emulation station game list.xml. And for this, we could just leave it as it is, backup existing, then create new. This means that if you scrape consecutive times, if you add new ROMs, the system will create a new game list, but it will also rename your old game list to a game list backup or something like that. So you could manually roll back if you are not satisfied with the new scrape. And here we don't need to pick anything else. We go to metadata, and this I also leave as it is. And on the tab for media, we have to do some changes. So first we tick the use specific configuration from main box. And what I like to do here for Legends Unchained is to scrape one screenshot and one preview video, because that will look real nice in the video user interface on Legends Unchained. So let's start out here. We choose this one, and for media type, I pick image and then screenshot. What we need to do here is to state the correct output folder for our scraped videos and images. And this folder for the scraped media, it's downloaded. I just copied it now from another backup folder, but that folder is called downloaded images. So you could just remove here media and screenshot, and now we have the correct address to where the scraper will place the scraped media. And we choose link from node, and it will flip over to image. And we pick the second option here, and this we would like to change to normalized video, is what I usually go with. And here we also need to change the folder for the scraped media, and this is the same folder as we did in the screenshot. But what we also need to do here is to also click this link from node, and it changes over to video. Because if we don't do that, it will scrape the videos, but it will only display the screenshots if you don't have link from node checked here for both options. Okay, so we're done here, and head over to miscellaneous. For database matching method, the default is file name only. You could leave it at that, but you have your options here to specify if it's supposed to match with CRC, then file name, CRC only, file name only, or CRC then file name. Leaving it as it is mostly okay, but you could try experimenting with this if you find that the scraper doesn't, for some reason, can't identify your ROM. Then it could be like the ROM is misnamed or something. Then using CRC for identification in the database would be a better match. But we can just leave it at file name only for now. And this I'd just like to mention about the regions. And this is set in order of priority. And for me, this is set as the first priority is SE, that's for Sweden where I live. And for example, when I scrape the arcade game Track and Field, that would be entered in the game list as Hyper Olympics. And the reason is because in Europe and Sweden, Track and Field was named Hyper Olympics. But I wanted to have the original name track and field, so I just deleted these here, so the only prio or region it would use would be the SS, which I think stands for like Skraper standard, and it has worked well for me to like get the correct names. Okay, so this is all we need to do before we start scraping. But before we do that, I'd just like to show you here my MAME folder. So here we have 50 games, and this is derived from the 2003 plus ROM set, and I have used this tool called Arcade Manager, which is, in my opinion, a pretty nifty tool because as we see here, the MAME 2003 plus ROM set contains 2,869 games, but a lot of them are like rubbish. So what this Arcade Manager does, you can filter out, like if you only want Neo Geo games or the top 50 games or top 200 or all killer no filler, which is what I use, which is a great start to like compress your game list to only the good games, and then you could pick and choose if you're missing something. But I will leave a link down in the description for this free app, which I think is pretty awesome. Okay, so let's head back to Skraper and let's scrape. So we just push the play button here. So we only have 50 games, so the scraping here will be a kind of a quick process. And for me, I think this was even faster because I think some of these images and info was cached from earlier scrapings. But so if this is the first time you scrape, it could take a little bit longer. But like I said, if you only have 50 ROMs, it won't take a lot of time. So we are done here, and we could just press the checkbox here. And if we move over here and check our MAME ROM folder, we can see that we have two new objects. We have the downloaded images folder, where each game has had a downloaded preview screenshot and a video preview. And we have the game list XML, which you could open, and if you want to, you could edit manually in Notepad++ if you're comfortable with that. But here is all the information that is scraped, like developer, publisher, how many players, and when it was released, and so forth, and what the game is all about. So, okay, that's what we need to do on PC. So now we're all ready to head over to our AtGames arcade and check out Legends Unchained with our newly scraped games in MAME. Okay, so then we could see here that we don't have MAME represented in our systems list. So what we need to do is press player 1 and refresh all the game lists. And it will be a real quick process. And now we can see that MAME is represented, and it states that 50 games are available. And now we can look at our final view of the work we've done with the scraping. We've got all the metadata about developer, publisher, ratings, etc. And we got the screenshots and the videos for each game. So, and also just a reminder that to get this working correctly, you need to pick video in the game list view style to get it to show up like this. Okay, well, that's it. Thank you so much, and hope it was helpful.